be out in time for dinner.
Oh, Heather, I know you must be very disappointed, but if he doesn't, we'll keep something warm for him.
Well, I know I should be used to Jeff's crazy schedule by now, but I'm not.
That is something you will never get used to. So you just learn to live with it.
Duly noted, my darling, and I will try and improve in the future.
Okay.
What did your mother say when she called?
Oh, only that Beth is very, very depressed, so I just urge her to stay with her.
Well, you can count on me right up until the last few months of my pregnancy anyway.
Oh, I should be up and around very soon. I hope that we'll only have to impose upon your generosity for a few more weeks.
Oh, but it wouldn't be any trouble for me to stay on and help, honestly.
Look, we appreciate all you've done, Heather. We really have. Hey, how about you getting a little rest now, huh?
Well, you know something, it would feel kind of good to stretch out. I'm getting a little tired. Maybe I'll take a nap before dinner.
Oh,
nice and fresh.
okay, here we go. Look, now, can you make it all right in the bedroom?
Yeah, I'm fine. Fine. Excuse me, you too.
Okay. Heather, while we're on the subject of PJ, I'd like to add a thought, if I may.
Sure.
I know how difficult it was for you in the past, being with PJ so much. I mean, well, opening all those old wounds about losing your own baby. I hope it won't happen this time.
It won't, Peter. I am really looking forward to having my own baby, so I'd never get possessive about PJ again.
Good. However, if you feel any of those old symptoms returning, will you come to me or Diana right away so we can talk it out honestly?
Yes, of course I will, Peter.
Fine. And Diana and I will do the same if we see signs of those old problems returning.
Well, I'd better go and check on PJ before he disturbs Diana.
Okay. If you need me for anything, Heather, I'll be in the den watching the football game.
Okay. Oh, do you know how special you still are to me, Stephen Morris? Oh, you are the one bright light in my life these days. And someday, I'm going to find a way to get you back with Jeff and me. That's where you belong. You were a first little boy. Oh, and that will always make you very special.
Thank you. Thank you, Steve. You know, Steve, I've been fascinated by all these stories I'm hearing about this Cal Jameson.
Yes. That's getting stranger all the time, Lee.
I'm glad Jeff has asked for a police report on the man.
So am I. If that man does have a criminal record, at least Jeff will know what he's dealing with.
You mean Jeff hasn't a clue as to who he is or where he comes from?
All he knows is that he has news about Stephen Lars, and he wants to sell it to Jeff for a lot of money.
And he's been right so far. He claimed that the death certificate was a forgery, and it is.
Yes. So Jeff is even more convinced that Heather's landlady, Mrs. Hadley, sold the baby to a black market adoption group.
The whole idea of selling babies, it makes shivers run up my spine. I mean, well, no wonder Heather is so upset. Well, I'd just be frantic if I were in her place.
Yes, but you know, no matter how awful that truth is, there's real hope now the baby may still be alive.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, excuse me, I'll get that.
Yeah.
Come with you.
Oh, hello, you two.
Hi, Steve.
Come in.
Hi there.
The same to you. Let me take your coats.
Sure. We found this little guy playing football all by himself.
Oh, really?
I had to quit about an hour ago. He wore me out.
If you're ready to play now, we can start up again.
Oh, no, you don't.
I would like you to meet my niece, Anne Logan, Rick, and Leslie Weber.
Hello.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Welcome to Port Charles. Well, thank you. Thank you very much. It's so nice to meet you, too. I've heard so much about you from Stephen Audrey.
All right, you two, sit down. I'll get you guys wine. Huh?
Yes, sir.
And, darling, I have some cider for
I
you.
didn't see
Where? It's a secret after you wash your hands.
I'm on my way.
You seem to be having a pretty good time.
Yes, he certainly is.
You look lovely today.
Thank you.
Hello,
Let's
Rick.
sit down.
Yes.
I haven't had a chance to talk to you since you came back to the clinic.
I know.
How are things going?
Oh, pretty much the same. Yeah, it was really disappointing, to tell you the truth. All of my old patients, I'm not quite sure that they're ever going to trust me again, and the new ones wouldn't touch me with a 10-foot pole.
Make it up in the next time.
Well, Leslie, listen. Now, I'm sure that in time...
Hold on a second. Excuse me. Let me guess. You were about to say something that had the flavor to it of... In time, everything will change. Was I right?
Guilty as charged.
Uh-huh.
But listen, I'm sure you believe in human nature enough to believe that.
I thought that I understood human nature pretty well in a limited sort of way. Lately, human nature and I have not been getting along too well. I find that it has a nasty tendency to be stubborn and to hang on to things tenaciously.
You all right, Steve? Darling?
Thank you.
Sure. Hey, where you going, Tiger? Huh?
I want some cider.
Oh, you do? Let me see your hands. Eyes clean? Well, I guess so. All right. I think your football player has passed inspection.
Oh, very good. And here is the cider.
Thanks, Mom.
Okay.
He's quite some kid. I envy you.
Well, he can be a handful sometimes, I can tell you that.
Just the same, I'd like to have a couple of them around the house like him.
Well, may I extend to one and all our warmest welcome to good friends together on a happy holiday.
Here.
Oh, hi, hon. Look, if you're hunting for your parents, they went over to visit the Hardys for a little while. Can I do anything for you?
Thank you, Mrs. Grant, but I really don't think so.
Oh, good, because I got to get back to the kitchen. Things are at a really critical point right now.
Let me help you with the coat. Glad we went, aren't you?
Yes and no. I guess you can't ever really get lost, even in a crowd of that size. I still saw a lot of people pointing me out and whispering, but I knew I would. It's the same everywhere.
Come on, so what? Or they came, they saw, they recognized, and it's all out of their system now. Next time it won't happen.
Scotty, you always find some way of rationalizing.
Maybe. But, Laura, I just want you to be happy.
You've been so wonderful.
Well, that's not too hard to do.
I've made such a mess of things, though.
Will you stop that, Laura? Now, listen. Now, I've forgotten about it. Now, why can't you? Well, it's all behind you now. Just think how good the future can be. Besides, this is a day of counting blessings, not dwelling on mistakes. You know how important you are in my life. You know that, don't you?
Yes. I don't want to hurt you, Scotty.
Don't worry, you won't.
But I might. I have a way of hurting people.
Now, Laura, that's not true.
But it is. There are things inside me that I can't seem to control, Scotty, no matter how hard I try. Like the night with David and the other day with...
For these gifts which we are about to receive, we humbly thank you and pray that the bounty and happiness enjoyed in this household can be shared by everyone, everywhere. Amen.
Amen. Very nice. Very nice. Steve.
Thank you.
All right, Tommy. I'll get on with it now.
Please, here's a list of emergency numbers for doctors, and believe me, not one of them is where you think he might be. And that's all. Good night.
Good night, Mrs. Brewer. Bobby.
Dad, I'm so sorry to keep you waiting.
I hope you're hungry.
Starved.
You, Bobby?
I'm not exactly famished, but I'll manage.
Well, you gotta cross the street and smell that turkey. You'll change your mind.
Hi.
Hi, Jeff. Oh, hi.
Hi, Felice. Any messages for me?
Yes, Dr. Weber. Here you go. Quite a few of them.
Did you take any of these from Mr. Jameson?
No, I just came on duty.
Okay, thank you.
7th floor. Yes, just a moment.
Dr. Weber, it's for you. It's Mr. Jameson again.
Mr. Jameson, this is Dr. Weber.
Yeah. Hi, how you doing, Dr. Weber?
Where?
To connect.
Where are you?
Oh, I'm across the street in a restaurant. It's called the Floating Rib.
I'll be there in 10 minutes as soon as I change.
Yeah, wait a minute. I hope you're bringing the cash along with you.
Yeah?
No, but I can give you a check. A check? Oh, Dr. Weber, now, one of us is deluding himself, and it's not me. The name of this game is cash.
Look, it's a holiday. The banks are closed.
No, that's no good. Doctor, no good at all. I gave you plenty of notice. You knew I was on my way here. And look, I just hope you're not foolish enough to try to walk me into some kind of a trap.
Of course not. I'm anxious to see you. Look, please, just wait there for me. We'll work something out, even if I have to borrow the cash tonight.
Okay, that sounds better. I'll be waiting for you.
Would you like a table now?
No, I'm going to be waiting for some people, so why don't I just stay at the bar for a while, okay? Thank you.
Dessert and coffee in here.
That would be lovely.
Alice, that was a fantastic dinner.
Yeah. It was. Well, it was.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I ate too much.
Can I talk to you for a minute before the kids come back in?
Yeah, sure, okay.
I heard you earlier at Steve's when you said that you really want children.
Well, yes, I've always wanted kids, and you know that, Leslie.
Yeah, it's not something you've discussed around here a great deal lately.
Well, we have had our hands full with Laura and a number of other things, but that has always been part of my dream, and it always will be.
Well, the question is here, you see, am I, with everything that's happened, still a part of that dream?
Part of it? Leslie, you're the very center of it. That man at the bar sent it over.
Would you excuse me for a minute?
Well, hello.
Would you like a table?
Look, I told you once, and I'll say it again now. I never met you before. I never met you in Jacksonville, and I never met you anywhere else.
Why don't you just come off it now, Miss Bobby Spencer? Because my mind wasn't working too good before, but now it's working just fine. I know exactly where it was that we met. You know, when I saw you with that old fellow there, it all came together. Sure, the name's different, the hair's different color. But I met you through your cousin, Lorraine Johnson.
That's ridiculous. I don't even have a cousin by that name. No, I wish you would please stop bothering me because you're wrong.
Excuse me, Bobby, was Jeff Weber still at the hospital when you left?
Yes, he was just coming out of surgery.
Oh, I see. The reason I asked is because this is the Assistant District Attorney, Mitchell Williams, and he needs to speak to him.
If that guy knows what happened to my son, I've got to get the information out of him tonight. I've just got to.
National 9 Morning News is next. And Tuesday night, Steve Martin is the nutty neurosurgeon with the most unusual problem in The Man with Two Brains. The love of his life has no body. It's an insanely funny movie premiere. The Man with Two Brains, Tuesday at 8:30 on Channel 9.